A bit anticlimactic, but the hype is real. Hey everyone, Templar74 here with another episode of Poke Talk, and today's episode of Poke Talk is going to be a discussion revolving around the next Pokemon anime, the Gen 8 anime, Pocket Monsters, set to air in November of 2019. And I do say it was a bit anticlimactic because about 3 days ago, there was a leak by some Chinese leakers of the anime poster, and people went nuts for it. People had already done discussions and videos covering the topic, but I wanted to sit back and wait. I wanted to wait for the trailer in case we got a little bit more to go on, and also the Chinese leaks. You know, Pokemon, they put a lot of work into these Pokemon animes, and when leakers do this, it doesn't do the community any service, in my opinion. It's kind of disrespectful, and I really wish they would stop because it really did kind of kill the hype for me a little bit. But now that the trailer has come out and I've had some time to sit back, digest, and think about it, and we also did get some more information that just kind of piqued my interest a little bit more, and I'm really curious and hyped to see where we're going to go from here in Gen 8. But like I said, we're going to talk about all this, so at risk of further rambling, let's get on with the actual discussion. So those leaks, I do want to take a second to go back and talk about them for just a second. When this poster leaked, at first I didn't know what to make of it because, as I said in an earlier discussion, I was hoping that if they were going to change the anime art style again, I would really rather they prefer them use the animation style from Movie 20. Movie 21 would be a close runner-up in my opinion. But it looks like from what we got here, we got like a fusion of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime art style and Movie 21 art style. And I got to admit, while I didn't see that coming and it wouldn't be my first choice for an art style, I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie, I kind of like it. Ash's face is definitely an improvement from Sun and Moon, but I'm still a little bit unsettled by it. The second protagonist, which we'll talk about here in just a second, he looks fine. Ash, however, you know, it's just one of those things. It's going to take me a while to adjust from that original anime-ish art style to this. I'm sorry, but it's going to take me a little while to adjust. Definitely an improvement from Sun and Moon. Not my first choice for an anime art style, but it does look pretty good in my opinion. Okay, so now I want to take a second to talk about the other protagonist here in the poster, and that's right, everybody. It was confirmed today in the trailer that there will be a dual main protagonist, Ash and Go. And Go here was kind of interesting because when this poster first came out, I didn't know what to make of him. At first, I kind of thought it was a girl, and there were people that thought it was a girl there. And there was a big debate on the Twitter community, and after looking at the poster for like 50 different times, I'm like, no, I mean, it does resemble a little bit. It could be a girl, but it's not a girl, it's a guy. Pretty much confirmed today that no, it is a second male character that's going to be a dual protagonist series. And yeah, Go is the second protagonist here, and Go will be voiced by Deki Yamashita, and he voices Deku in My Hero Academia. Now, I do want to take a second to talk about this because this was pointed out to me on Twitter this morning, and I really didn't put much stock into it until I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, holy cow, this guy is right. Pokemon lately has been the crossover anime, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. Pokemon XY and XY and Z was the Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Crossover. By that, I mean we had all kinds of Yu-Gi-Oh! Voice actors coming in, crossing over into the Pokemon world and voicing Pokemon characters. We had Alon's voice actor in Japan who also did the voice of Yuya in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. We had Clement's voice actor who did Soul Burner in Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. The list goes on. Sun and Moon was the Pokemon Sword Art Online crossover when we had Kaiba's voice actor, Akihiko Kaiba in Sword Art Online. His voice actor came in and did a character. Asuna's voice actor did characters in this series, and the list goes on with Sun and Moon. Well, it appears that Gen 8 and Pokemon anime, or Pocket Monsters anime rather, is going to be the My Hero Academia crossover because we have Deku's voice actor coming in who's going to do Go, and we also have a bunch of My Hero Academia staff on this show. And we have Shinji who came in and he did a lot of the soundtrack for My Hero Academia. He's doing a lot of the soundtrack and BGM for the new Pokemon series here. And so, yeah, this is going to be the My Hero Academia Academia crossover. I can just see it happening now. And then we go into some of the other support staff here. The director is Maki Kodahira, and he's been in the Pokemon world for a while now, and he also did a little bit of work on My Hero Academia from what I've heard. The creative supervisor is the director of the current Sun and Moon anime, so there's a lot of support staff coming in from the previous series into this one, which is not unusual for Pokemon. But it's just interesting that this new anime is going to be the My Hero Academia Pokemon generation here. And don't get me wrong, I think this is awesome because there are a lot of talented voice actors all across the anime spectrum, and the fact that they're crossing over and doing different shows is great. But there is one voice actor that I would love to see a Pokemon part here, and that is Takuchi Shinzuki. And if you guys don't know who that is, he is the Japanese voice actor for Kogami Ryoken, Revolver, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. He's done a lot of work in the past, and he does mostly video game voice acting. Revolver was pretty much his first anime character, his main anime character there. But he does a great job, and the fact that Pokemon is a series based on a video game, I think he would be a good character to bring in for like a more serious tone. Again, I doubt it would ever happen, but he is one on my wish list that I would love to see a Pokemon character be done by. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see for that. I doubt it'll happen. But back to Pokemon, because that's truly what this discussion is about. I'm going to backtrack to our second protagonist here, our co-protagonist for the Gen 8 anime Go. This character is literally the dictionarial definition of an identity crisis if I have ever seen one. When the Chinese leak came out of this poster, the Twitter community and the Pokemon community in general went nuts. There was a literal war on trying to decide whether this character, Go, was a boy or a girl. And I got to admit, I thought he was a girl there for the first time. When I first saw this, I'm like, okay, that's the next female protagonist here. And it took me forever, and arguably going back and looking at Go's character art here for God knows how long. I don't want to admit how long I stared at this trying to figure this out. But yeah, it took me the longest time to go, no, that is a boy. And so this was very interesting just because by looking at the fan art, you could easily make the mistake that, okay, that is the female protagonist, but no, it's a male protagonist, which I wasn't even completely convinced of, to be honest, until we got his bio here. And I want to go ahead and read it right now. And basically, Go's bio says this: a 10-year-old boy whose aim is to get the mythical Pokemon Mew he met when he was little. He usually has a calm demeanor, but can also get hot-blooded. His dream is to get all the Pokemon. And from the appearance of the trailer, his partner is Scorbunny. So when I saw that, that pretty much put to bed the war on what Go was, whether he was a boy or a girl. We know he's a boy now, but what I'm very interested to see now is how this co-protagonist system is going to work in a Pokemon anime. Because, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section by all means, but I'm pretty sure the closest thing that we've gotten to something like this was XY, when we did the main Pokemon anime with Ash and the XY evolution specials with Alan. I think that's the closest we've ever gotten to doing a co-protagonist series in Pokemon here. And so seeing this here has really got my curiosity going and really making me think of all the possibilities they could do here and how the personalities of Ash and Go are going to commingle here when they first meet, because it sounds like they're pretty much going to have the same attitude. I mean, Ash is a good kid. He's got a good attitude, a good demeanor, calm demeanor. But there are times where he can get hot-blooded, and it sounds like that Go is probably going to end up being a carbon copy of Ash. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how these two work together, how these two travel together, etc. And it's just going to be interesting to see. But the fact that Go was confirmed as a boy also brought up another interesting conversation here. And it's a conversation that I think has very many possibilities here on how this could go. Okay, so Pokemon has been running for 20 years now, and we've pretty much gotten introduced to a female companion literally every time a new series poster or teaser trailer drops. We get introduced to the female of that next generation. Not with Gen 8. I mean, even with Sun and Moon, when the first poster came out and the first trailer came out, we knew we were going to have at least 3 female companions in Lily, Lena, and Mallow. In XY, we had Serena, of course, and yada, 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 etc., etc. So this is really the first time that we got introduced to 2 boy protagonists and no female. And what that could mean for the Pokemon anime is a variety of options, in my opinion. It makes me think that because a female companion, a new one, was not showcased with the first trailer and the first poster like Pokemon tradition, it makes me think we're going to probably have a past female companion joining these two on the journey through Gen 8. And it also brought up another interesting thing, and I just opened my eyes to this possibility this morning when I got to thinking about it a little bit more. Gen 8 is literally going to be visiting every single region for one time or another throughout this show. So what I'm thinking they could do here, and again, I don't know, but this could be a fun concept, and I think it'd be a great way to draw fans in from past generations, is that each and every female companion from the past comes back in and joins Ash and Go for a short time. And what I mean by that is, okay, we're back in Kanto, Misty joins them for a little while. Okay, we're off to Hoenn, May comes back for a little while, etc., down the list. Again, I know that's a bit of a stretch, but if you think about it, it's a great way to bring in fans of all the Pokemon generations back to this one series here. And it could be very interesting to see how this whole thing could be flushed out if they actually did that. Another companion could just come in and be a permanent travel companion for the Gen 8 anime. Again, I don't think that one's very likely in my opinion, but you never know. So the fact that that didn't happen raised a big question mark, and it opened my eyes to all the different possibilities that they could do with this. But other than that, really not a whole lot more to discuss here. The first episode of Pocket Monsters will air in Japan at 5:30 p.m. Japanese Standard Time on November 17th, 2019, which makes sense because Sword and Shield go live literally right before that, and that's Pokemon's running trend here. Like I said, not much more to talk about here other than the fact, and I gotta reiterate this because I'm looking at Twitter. I got Twitter pulled up on my phone to look at my notes for you guys, and everybody is still saying that Go is a girl. At this point, it is confirmed that Go is a guy. But again, I just had to say that because already people are still doubting that the information we got from the trailer is legitimate and that Go is a girl. No, Go is a boy. It's confirmed now. Okay, rant over on that. Like I said, not a whole lot more to discuss on that. We will get a little bit more information about Pocket Monsters with the next Sun and Moon episode next week. If anything exciting out of that or any additional information comes out of that, I will be sure to let you guys know next week, and that can be next week's discussion. So look forward to that. But for right now, in the comments section down below, let me know what you guys thought about this. What were your thoughts on the poster when it first revealed? What were your thoughts on the trailer? Is there anything exceptional that you guys are looking forward to? Is there anything that you guys want in the way of a fan theory to come true in Gen 8? Just let me know what your guys' thoughts are about all this in the comments section down below, because as always, I enjoy hearing from you. All right, everyone, as always, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.